Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this session of Spokane Public Schools Keep Learning Series for Literacy. This lesson is intended for all our kindergarten students out there, but any child who is interested and wishes to join us is more than welcome to do so. My name is Ms. Sobchak. I teach kindergarten at Holmes Elementary in Spokane Public Schools. I will be your teacher for this lesson. I'm so glad you're here participating with me today. This is the second lesson in the series. If you missed the first lesson or wish to watch this one again, you can find them on the KSPS website. You can also find other lessons there as well. For today's lesson, we're going to read a story called Nicky and the Rainy Day. It's a story about a family of rabbits. They're upset because they're stuck inside because it's raining outside and they can't go out to play. But then Nicky uses his imagination to travel to lots of different places, and he takes his family with him. Although Nicky thinks the places are very fun and interesting, his brothers and sisters don't seem to think so. His sisters are scared, and his little brother Ned keeps worrying that they'll get lost. At the end of the book, I'm going to ask you your opinion about the different places they go to. Do you know what that means, that word opinion? An opinion is the way you think or feel about something. We don't all have the same opinions, but that's the great thing about an opinion. You can never be right or wrong. It's the way you think and the way you feel. I'm going to ask you your opinion about the different places. Will you agree with Nicky and find the places interesting and exciting? Or will you agree with his brothers and sisters and maybe you don't want to travel to those places because they seem scary? Or maybe you think you'll get lost there as well. For today's lesson, you will need some paper and a pencil or some crayons at the end. But during the lesson, all you'll need is your thinking cap and your great listening ears. I'll give you a few moments to gather those supplies that you'll need for the end of the lesson. Great, let's get started. Nicky and the Rainy Day by Valerie Gorbachev. It was a rainy day. Nicky and his brothers and sisters couldn't go out to play. It's awful to be stuck inside all day, said Nicky. It's so boring. Everyone agreed. Mother, said Nathan, we're bored. We don't like the rain, said Nora. Yes, said Nellie, we can't go outside. There's nothing to do, said Ned. Why don't you read a book or play cards while I fix lunch, said Mother Rabbit. I have a better idea, said Nicky. We can go to the desert. The desert is sunny and bright with beautiful yellow sand, and it never rains there. No, no, said Mother Rabbit. That's impossible. Why not? Asked Nathan. It's a great idea. But it's so hot in the desert, said Nora. Yes, said Nellie, and there's nothing to drink there. And we could get lost, said Ned. What do you think? Do you think, like Nicky and Nathan, that going to the desert where there's hot sand and it's sunny and never rains, and it looks like you can ride camels, do you think that sounds fun? Or are you like Nora and Nellie and Ned, and you don't want to go there? Nora thought that the desert would be too hot, and Nellie thought that there was nothing to drink. What do you think? What's your opinion about the desert? Does it sound like a place you'd want to go to? Let's keep reading to see where they go next. Okay, said Nicky, then we'll go to the mountains. The mountains are very big, with beautiful blue cliffs. No, no, said Mother Rabbit. That's impossible. Why not? Asked Nathan. It's a great idea. But there are landslides in the mountains, said Nora. Yes, and mountain lions too, said Nellie. And we could get lost, said Ned. Again, it sounds like Nora and Nellie and Ned are a little scared to go to the mountains. They're worried there might be landslides or a mountain lion, or that they might get lost. But Nikki and Nathan, they think it's a great idea. What's your opinion? Which rabbit do you agree with? They've gone to the desert and to the mountains? Let's see where Nikki's imagination takes them next. Okay, said Nikki, then we'll go to the jungle. The jungle is leafy and green and very beautiful. No, no, said Mother Rabbit, that's impossible. Why not? Asked Nathan. It's a great idea. But there are a lot of wild animals in the jungle, said Nora. Yes, and snakes too, said Nellie. And we could get lost, said Ned. What's your opinion about the jungle? Do you think it sounds exciting to see those wild animals, like the snakes and the monkeys? Or do those wild animals scare you a little bit? What's your opinion? Let's keep reading. Okay, said Nikki, then we'll go to the South Pole. The South Pole has lots of beautiful white snow. No, no, said Mother Rabbit. That's impossible. Why not? Asked Nathan. It's a great idea. But it's freezing cold at the South Pole, said Nora. Yes, and there are blizzards too, said Nellie. And we could get lost, said Ned. What do you think? Do you think it sounds like fun to go to the South Pole with the white snow? Or do you think it sounds too cold? Maybe you're worried about the blizzards or getting lost. What's your opinion about going to the South Pole? Would you want to travel there? Let's keep reading. Okay, said Nikki, then we'll go to outer space. Outer space is filled with beautiful red and orange planets. No, said Mother Rabbit, we're not going to outer space. We are going for a walk in the meadow. Look, the rain has stopped and the sun is coming out. Hooray! Cried all the little rabbits. They put on their raincoats and boots and headed outside. Isn't it nice to go for a walk after the rain? Asked Mother Rabbit. Oh, yes, agreed Nicky and his brothers and sisters as they splashed in the puddles. It's fun. And beautiful, too, said Mother Rabbit. Look up there. Wow, said Nathan. It's great. It's blue and green and yellow and orange and red, said Nora. With white clouds, too, said Nellie. And it's right near our house, so we won't get lost, said Ned. It's a rainbow, explained Mother Rabbit. You see them sometimes right after it has rained. Then let's go to the rainbow, said Nicky. No, no, said Mother Rabbit. That's impossible. Maybe not, said Nicky. We could try. And that's just what they did. Seems like they could all agree on that. They all wanted to go see the rainbow. At the beginning of the book, Nicky and his brothers and sisters, they felt the same about the rain. They had the same opinion. They were upset that it was raining because they couldn't go outside to play. The book said they were bored. But then Nicky took them to lots of different places in his imagination. They didn't have the same opinion about those different places. Can you think back and remember the 5 different places Nicky's imagination took the rabbit family? I'm going to say those places. And if you remembered it, you're going to give me a thumb up to show that you remembered the place. Did you remember they went to the desert? Remember Nicky's opinion? He thought it would be fun to go to the desert because of the sand and the sun and that it never rained. And Nathan thought it would be fun too. But the sisters and the little brother, they didn't think that it would be very fun. Remember, they were worried it was too hot and there would be nothing to drink. And Ned, he was worried they would get lost. So then Nicky decided he wanted to go to the mountains. Did you remember they went to the mountains? Nicky thought it would be fun to go to the mountains because of the big, beautiful blue cliffs. But his sisters were worried about landslides and mountain lions. What was your opinion? Would you want to go just like Nathan did? Or would you be worried that you'd get lost like Ned? Then they went to the jungle. Did you remember they went to the jungle? Give me a thumbs up if you did. Nicky thought the jungle would be a fun place to visit because it's beautiful, leafy, and green. But his sisters were a little worried about the wild animals and the snakes. Do you remember what your opinion was? Were you worried about the wild animals? Or do you think it would be fun maybe to see some monkeys? And then they went to the South Pole. Nicky and Nathan thought it would be fun to visit the South Pole. Nicky thought it would be fun because of the white snow and that it was cold. But his sisters thought it was too cold. And Ned, well, he was worried they would get lost. So then Nicky decided to take him to outer space. Nicky wanted to visit outer space because of the beautiful red and orange planets. The author never told us why the girls or Ned would want to go or not want to go to outer space. But what do you think? Do you think they would want to go? I don't think so either. I bet Ned would be worried about getting lost in outer space. At the end, there was one thing they did agree on. They all wanted to go to the meadow to see the rainbow. Even Ned, he wasn't worried that they would get lost because it was so close to their home. Today, I want you to draw and write your opinion. You're going to think about one of those places in Nicky's imagination, and you're going to write whether or not you would want to go there. You get to decide. Do you agree with Nicky and Nathan? Or do you agree with his sisters and Ned? You're going to want to support your opinion with some evidence and a reason why. Why do you want to go there? Or why don't you want to go there? Before you get started on your writing, I think you might want to learn how to draw a rabbit so you can add Nicky into your writing. Let's take a few moments to learn how to draw a rabbit. If you haven't yet gathered your supplies, your paper, your pencil, and crayons, go ahead and take a few moments to do that now. And then we'll come back and learn how to draw a rabbit. Let's draw Nicky. First, at the top of your paper, making sure that you leave some room for the ears, draw a circle for his head. Then add 2 ears. Use a long curved line. Don't forget to add the inside of his ears. Add 2 circles for his eyes and a triangle nose. Then add his mouth by drawing a straight line down and a curved line to each side and adding his 2 front teeth. He also had whiskers. Don't forget the whiskers, 3 on each side. Nicky was wearing a red shirt. We're going to draw his red shirt by adding a line down, a line across, and then a line back up to his head, and two shapes that kind of look like triangles for his arms. Don't forget to add the stripes that were on his shirt. Nikki was wearing green pants. Draw two green rectangles for his pants. Are we done? Not quite. Nikki needs arms and legs. Using curved lines, add two arms and then add two legs. Don't forget to add his toes and his fingers. Great job drawing, Nikki. Now you get to add the setting. Today you get to draw and write about one of the places Nikki visited in his imagination. And you get to draw and write your opinion about it. Remember, you don't have to agree with Nikki. It's what you're thinking and feeling. You get to decide whether or not it is a place that you'd like to visit. Are you going to draw and write about the desert, or the mountains, or the jungle, or the South Pole, or outer space? If you also wanted to draw and write about going to visit the rainbow, you can do that as well. We'll get started. Go and draw and write your opinion about one of those places. Remember, it's the way you think or feel, so it can't be right or wrong. I've enjoyed doing some literacy lessons with you today as you keep learning from home. I look forward to seeing you next time on KSPS. Until next time, happy reading.